everyone. So I just wanted to check in with you, and it's not on my regularly scheduled hour, but I am sitting in major traffic because one of our bridges here on the island, like surrounding on the island, is had to be closed up, which is always phenomenal to have out of 3 bridges, 1 closed. But so what I wanted to tell you all about is one of the best things I think we can do for ourselves is trying something new. And when we are young, it is like every single moment there's something new coming at us. And when we are babies, there's definitely always something new comes at us. But there's something happens to us when we get older, and we kind of stop trying new things. We get into not just I'm not saying it's just a comfort zone or anything like that. I'm also talking about it's a safety zone, not as much as comfort zone. It's also, I would call it the safety zone. So I decided about 3 weeks ago, actually, to start training hard with my sister, who is a phenomenal personal trainer. Both of my sisters are excellent in the training field, but Rita is doing on the land, and Christina is doing on the water. But long story short, so I decided to do that. But then, and I also decided to do it without complaining too much, which is not one of my strengths as far as when, hard training comes at me. Something happened through the last, I guess, 20 years where I became a little bit, I'm not saying weak, but more like a little bit whiny about, working out. So maybe because of injuries and stuff. But that's one thing. But the second thing is that after, 20 years, at least 10 years, I've been hearing about Pilates. And I also heard all kinds of mixed messages about it, that, you can get hurt and blah, blah, blah. And so I kind of looked up a Pilates studio here. And at this moment down here in Florida, with all the proper safety measures, you can go in and do the Pilates. And man, it's a killer. And especially when I had my sister one day and Pilates the next day, it's a killer. And I tell you, it is pushing me out of every single zone that I can possibly be pushed out of. But I need you to try something that you haven't done before, because honestly, this is a phenomenal sense of accomplishment when all these exercises are done. It's a phenomenal sense of feeling my body parts, even though sometimes just they hurt, of course, because they're sore. But the whole idea that I wanted to do this for so long and I never got to do it, it's just amazing. And the other thing that we are doing is we're also doing something very, very different, a new thing. It's not new for us, but putting it out there to the world, it is new for that. And we're going to have more of that coming later, but we are launching another offer of ours. It's just going to be phenomenal. So it's also pushing us out of not as much the comfort zone again. It's not even a safety zone. It's more like it's pushing us into a much more challenging situation, which is fantastic for us. So I am like pushing myself on the brain level, on the body level, even on the food level. I went back to, I don't know if any of you know, but many, many years ago, I changed my diet because I had hidden food allergies, and supplementation, as well as changing my diet. I have totally changed my body and changed the way I feel. So long story short, I am doing that part too. Among other things, I'm moving again away from not as much gluten, but the pasta and all the stuff, the flour. And so far I haven't moved away from my beer. I don't want to move away from my beer yet, but if need be, I will. Right now, let's just see what exercise does and what paying attention to things does, and then we'll take it from there. So, and I can only push my comfort zone on 1 or 2 places at a time, okay? So try something, guys. Do something you haven't done before. but really something that is not easy. Do something that's not easy. Do something that requires commitment. Do something that requires, may cause a little pain, not emotional pain, but a little physical pain. Do something that requires of you to have to get up. Maybe earlier, like 10, 15 minutes earlier in the day, so you maybe fulfill a dream of yours or start fulfilling a dream of yours. And that's basically what we're doing with the business, is that we decided as a team that each one of us have a dream that for the first time together as a team, we can actually conquer and have that dream fulfilled. So that's what we are doing. It's a lot of exciting stuff going on. So just push yourself, get out of that comfort zone and try something new. And yes, for those of you who don't know, this is my new year, because as of a couple of days ago, I decided that I am celebrating 2020 all over again. And from now on, everything is going to work out for us, okay? That's the way it is. And you know what the funny thing was? That same day when I posted that same day is when the Hungarian authorities shared with us that they are opening up. There's no quarantine for Hungarians when they go home, and I have the Hungarian passport. So, hey, I'm excited. I can go home for a couple of weeks if all goes well. So I'm telling you, the new year is already looking up. All right, everyone. See you later. Bye.